Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Make sure to smash a like, subscribe, and we're going to be talking the latest news and transfers regarding Liverpool Football Club. We got some big topics, three big topics to discuss on today's video, so let's get into it. First one is Isak to LFC latest. Now, we know Liverpool have a strong interest in Alexander Isak, and obviously Fabrizio Romano has tweeted some information regarding the transfer. So he said at 11:04, Liverpool are closely monitoring the situation of Alexander Isak. They will be in the mix for the player. He then says Liverpool will be in for Alexander Isak. For them, it will be a busy summer. We will touch on that in the next few days. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with this. He's saying it's going to be a busy summer for Liverpool. There's there's a load of new rumours about a couple of exits regarding one of our forwards that we'll touch on later in the video. But I've said many times about Isak to Liverpool, I think it's a matter of two things. One, if Newcastle gets Champions League football, if he wins the cup final against Liverpool and gets Champions League football, he probably stays, if I'm honest, because to continue on the project. If he doesn't win the cup final and probably doesn't get Champions League football, there could be a question that he could leave, because Alexander Isak is good enough for the Champions League. That means he would have been at Newcastle for 3 years. He would have only played one season of UCL football. And at that time, he had some injuries last season, Isak, and he's good enough to be winning trophies, and he's good enough to be winning titles, in my opinion. So I think it regards on that. And the other point, I would honestly say it comes down to the fee. In terms of the competition right now, there's only really Arsenal that have an interest. Me personally, if we win the League Cup, I just don't see a world where Isak can really turn that down. If this was Real Madrid or whatever, I can understand, but surely you're picking Liverpool over Arsenal. Arne Slot's coming in his first full season, and he potentially could win 2 trophies, get Champions League football. I think we've got a very exciting project right now with Arne. So with Arsenal, it looks like it's just going. So I think you'd expect Isak to hopefully pick Liverpool, and honestly, the transfer fee anywhere above a 120, I don't see a world Liverpool paying. We could potentially nick a few deals within the contract. Like last season, we was linked to Anthony Gordon. Liverpool got asked from Newcastle. They wanted Juro Kwanzaa in it. We said no. There's been a couple of rumours that they want Callagher. Now, we could say, yo, here's Callagher on 100 million. Because we've got Madavashvili coming in as a backup. So we wouldn't have to look at a backup. And then we have also Yaros as a third choice. So we wouldn't need to worry about that situation. So that could be an option. And recuperating some money in other areas could also fund the transfer for him. So yeah, that's the latest news on Isak, and the key ones are in the coming days. So there could be some more news on that transfer in the coming days. Moving on to the next big topic is Chiesa and Darwin expected to leave Liverpool this summer. So let's pull those up. So David Lynch came out and said this: it is hard to see Federico Chiesa staying put. So he thinks Chiesa's probably going to be leaving Liverpool. Chiesa's had barely any minutes this season, barely any minutes. Like, how many games has he started? He started against Accrington in the Cup. I know we came on against Southampton in the Carabao Cup. And I think he's had a couple of minutes in the league. I don't think he's had no more than 100 plus minutes for Liverpool, no more. He did score against Accrington, really good goal actually. I don't know why he's not been playing. Like, since December, he's been basically available. I could understand the first few months he needed a pre-season, he was coming back off an injury. But when a player is constantly on the bench, it indicates that player is available. Now, whether the manager fancies him in training, whether the manager fancies him being in his plans, I believe this was an FSG club signing, in the fact of it's a luxury signing. Liverpool have always been a fan of Federico Chiesa, and it's one of those ones where for 13 million it's a free punt. If it works out, it works out. If it don't, it don't. It's only 13 million, and we could probably make the money back on him because someone will buy Chiesa after clearly seeing him being available. They'll speak to Chiesa, his agent, saying, "Look, I've been available for months. It's not my fault for not been playing." So clubs will 100% be interested in Chiesa. So if Liverpool was to sell him, it wouldn't be a struggle, in my opinion. So it looks like Chiesa could be leaving. We'll also pull up some stuff on Darwin Núñez that I bookmarked. I don't actually know where I saw it, but so yeah, Darwin Núñez is expected to leave in the summer, and Alexander is obviously being one of the names, so linking back. Again, there was rumours of Saudi, etc., being interested in Darwin. Reportedly, Liverpool turned down a £70 million bid. For whatever reason that was. Why, I don't know. Whether they thought we'll wait till the summer so we can get a proper replacement in is the only reason why. And obviously to get our first team target, did Liverpool see it possible with a couple of days to go? Probably not. It's going to be interesting. So obviously Al Nassr was interested, and obviously John Duran went there. So it's going to be interesting to see if Saudi do continue to have the interest in Darwin Núñez. I think AC Milan was interested in him. I do not see AC Milan putting up the 70 million like Al Nassr did. But look, even if we can recuperate 15 million, I would honestly take it. To only lose 20 million pound on a player who, it is probably a Premier League flop. It's not Darwin Núñez's fault, it's that price tag. But ultimately, he's just not good enough for Liverpool Football Club, and there's no shame in saying that. So it looks like he is definitely basically 100% going to be moved on. And it's looking like Arne Slot doesn't fancy him in his plans. His attitude, he's spoken about his attitude, he's just not been a fan. And he said many times, if you're not Salah standards, unfortunately, you might have to go. And Darwin Núñez is looking like he's going to be leaving. And this could be also linking up in the connection of Isak. So that is going to be very interesting. I do think a couple of other names will be leaving Liverpool. I'll do a video discussing who do I think will leave Liverpool, a proper deep dive on every single player who I think will leave the football club this summer. And yeah, so it looks like Isak is, the rumours are continuing. It's looking like Chiesa might be leaving. Same with Darwin Núñez. It looks like a very busy summer, says Fabrizio Romano, probably in terms of departures and incomings, because he's also spoke about the left back situation as well, which I did a video on it not too long ago, speaking about Kirkis to Liverpool. Make sure you go and smash a like, subscribe on that video. Make sure you watch this one first, of course. Moving on to the final topic, VVD speaks out on his contract, which I thought was really interesting. let's go to it. Yeah, so he said in an interview, I don't know what's going to happen next season. If anyone says they do, they are lying to your face. Contract on hold, nothing on hold. I keep saying the same things. If there is news, you will know. I don't even know myself. This is either two things. One, he genuinely doesn't know where he stands on. Or it's just a smokescreen to wait for other potential deals to be done. I think it was Robbie Fowler who mentioned it a couple of months ago. He thinks one or two contracts is done. Now, whether he knows inside information is another thing. He simply said it was a prediction. And I hope he does know. He's just obviously not allowed to say it. And Liverpool are potentially waiting on all of the contracts to be done because there has been rumours that Van Dijk has signed. Same with Mohamed Salah, they're basically done. They want to wait on Trent, so because I suppose it kind of puts more pressure on the other players, and they could think, hey, he's getting that deal, I want that as well. You got to look at it from all different parties, so it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I do think at some point this month we're going to have to hear something. The football club or something is going to have to really speak about it. And honestly, big respect to Arne Slot. He deserves massive credit for being able to deal with these situations of the football club constantly being asked about the contract situation. He's remained calm and composed. And respect to Virgil van Dijk for at least answering the situations. Same with Mohamed Salah, basically saying, look, I want a contract. Hopefully Liverpool will offer what they want. Hopefully it's a 2-year contract with an option to extend. That would be the dream contract as a Liverpool fan. But yeah, that is the latest big news tonight regarding Liverpool Football Club. We spoke about Isak, we spoke about Chiesa and Darwin expected to leave. And yeah, that is the latest. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel. You smash a like as well. Daily Liverpool latest news will be on the daily. So until then, take care and goodbye.